Alright guys, keeping true to form, it's 11:35 on a Sunday morning, and I'll tell you, usually the traffic is really horrendous right about now because church is out for usually what's, about the last service. We just drove by a church. I don't know if you noticed, but the parking lot was empty. Greg shared on Facebook, and I thought we would go drive through these and look at the parking lots again, like we've been doing. Look at the traffic. Greg shared on Facebook, he went to church and there was only him and one other car in the parking lot. So I'm all for people going to church. Yeah, they're just empty. It's empty. It's good. It's the way it's supposed to be. Going through the business area here is going to be pretty dead. Yeah, I'm all for let's go to church. That's a good idea. I don't do it myself. I guess I should, but I can't. Nah. I'm not going to get into why I don't. I grew up going to church. I didn't like it then. The closest I came to liking going to church or feeling the need to be there was at a Baptist church in Oklahoma. And I just didn't really, I don't know. I felt that the Baptist service was a lot more respectful. I also grew up in the holy rollers, I guess you'd call them, screaming and convulsing on the floor for Jesus. I don't have any respect or love for that at all, and I don't think that's respectful to God. I bumped my rear view mirror. Oh, jeez. Work Logic. They're a HR for hire company. You can, if you have a company and you need an HR service without wanting to hire HR personnel, you can do that. It's the one our company uses. That's how I know about it. So yeah, the church thing, I get people wanting to go. I'm all for it. Oh, we have a constitutional right to do it. Yeah, you do. This is that construction that goes right up through my neighborhood. But my thing on that is just because you can do something doesn't mean you need to do something. They're not telling you can't ever go to church again. They're telling you right now, while we think this is a massive problem, this is all closed. Hobby Lobby's closed on Sunday anyway. Speaking of the Christian faith, that's a pretty good company. They treat their people decent. He didn't even see me. Black Bear Diner. I like going in there occasionally. They're kind of pricey for what you get, but it's still really good, and it's I like the atmosphere and all that. No Kings, no Barnes and Noble, Habit Grill. A few people there. Creamistry? Some kind of chemistry infused whatever ice cream. Who cares anyway? Oh wow, they tore it all down. I didn't know they were doing that. That used to be a gas station and a Del Taco, and it's gone. So yeah, there's you can do something, and then there's you ought to do something. Oh, my turn signals are still on, right? And I'm kind of like this for now, temporarily. It's not going to hurt you to sit this out, churchgoers. It's not going to hurt you to sit this out. I'm torn on the whole state enforcing the thing. Yeah, I'm going to leave the sunshade down on this. I'm torn on the whole state enforcing it because, if people want to do that, I think they're damn fools. Oh, I thought I would go, let's see, I was going to go to the Harley dealership yesterday. I got lazy. I didn't go anywhere or do anything. Mask sale. There you go. That's how you make money. Don't beg for it. I didn't go anywhere or do anything. I was going to go to the Harley dealership and get the turn signal cover from my grandpa's bike there, and I just didn't get up and do anything yesterday except for cook those steaks, and oh, they were good, guys. I can't tell you how good that came out. Mama made a salad and potatoes, baked potatoes with stuff on them. And I got to con her into buying some bacon bits for the baked potatoes and chives. Chives. Anyway, that came out so good. What a dinner. And garlic bread as usual. Mama fresh mashes the cloves of garlic. We use real butter, not margarine or any of that junk. Check out the trains. If you don't like trains, you're wrong. If you don't like trains, you're wrong. Trains are cool. Anyway, yeah, I didn't do any of that stuff. Can't go to the Harley dealership today. I looked them up online. They're not available on Monday and Sunday and Monday. They're closed completely now due to the new thing. And then they've got, I'll probably call them Tuesday and ask them about it. I might have to order that part. I don't know. But I think they're restricting who they let in. So you can't go into the store. You can go pick it up at the front door type of thing. But yeah, I'm torn. I don't like the state coming around telling people they can't go to church, but you shouldn't have to be told that anyway. You should just be doing the right thing anyway, you know. And I told you about my thoughts on that till May 1st anyways. I love driving down this street. These houses are so beautiful. Yeah, Greg said he went to church, him and one other car there. Nobody showed up. They didn't do church. Good for them. That's a Baptist church. Respect. A lot of respect for that. It's just a good idea not to go right now. Doesn't mean you love God any less. It doesn't mean you fear the Lord any less. It just means that you have respect for God's creation and understand that these things can kill us and we don't need to die. So yeah, I thought we'd roll through downtown and then go up to the east side, the northeast, where kind of the area I grew up in, and just look at the traffic and the parking lots and see where everything's at. Be kind of cool to take a look, like we've been doing, you know. This is, I believe, the first fire station downtown for the city fire department. And they've got like one of the original fire putter-outer dealies. I don't think you'd call it an engine. I don't know what you would call that. There's Dagny's down there, closed still. That's weird seeing the weeds and stuff growing up in the pavement. Actually, I wanted to see this. This is my tire shop that I use. This is my tire shop that I use. And they are closed. Let's see if they've got a warning. I hope this isn't considered non-essential and thus closed. Saturday and Sunday closed. These are the new hours. Adjusted store hours. Okay, cool. They're still open during the week. We endeavor to support the health and well-being of our community. Very cool. The Prius needs tires. It has for a while. And I'm thinking we might use part of that stimulus thing to put tires on the Prius, because that's part of our escape from California plan. Oh, jeez. You know what? Let's just go straight here. What the heck? They're vacuuming in there. I bet they got a ride-on sweeper. We tried to sell one of those to the hospital downtown here. And let's just go ahead and do this. Oh, green light. Didn't have to wait. Didn't have to run the light. This used to be Pioneer Mercantile. These two buildings here with the dome-looking roofs, kind of a chopped-off Quonset hut look. Pioneer Mercantile was amazing. They were like Floyd's. They were. You could get all kinds of stuff in there, including industrial. Here's our Hall ambulance. That's our local contract ambulance company. And they kind of have a monopoly on that here. Not that it would be any cheaper if there was competition, but... And the guy that owns it was mayor for a while. Guess what happened when the contract came due and he was mayor? He signed it. Yeah, no kidding. This is pretty down through here where they redid this. I'm gonna probably end up going here. Yeah, there is just no traffic. It's like a damn ghost town. What we'll do, here's the park, is we'll jump on the freeway, and I will probably drop you off in the edit on the freeway and then pick you back up there in that area. We'll kind of ride around for a little bit and check things out. Yeah, here we coming up on Mount Vernon Avenue. Oh man. No cars means we can make a left-hand turn. Excuse me. Your other left, idiot. A right-hand turn. Oh, jeez. That's a Smart and Final back there. There's cars in there. Sizzler, open for takeout and delivery. Nice. I got a couple of delivery services. I'll tell you, before that became a thing, like with the Postmates or Uber Eats or any of that stuff, we had a service here in town called Restaurant Runner. And it was just a small mom and pop owned business, but that's what they did. They did basically pizza delivery for non-pizza restaurants. It was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. Go through here. The car washes are all closed. I'm kind of not super keen on that. You can shut down the vacuum areas of these car washes. What happens is we'll go check it out. We'll go check it out. And you can see off in the distance there, we're kind of up on the hill. These are the foothills to the Sierra Nevadas. Yeah. Sequoia National Mountain Range here. I'm gonna skip on over here. Hopefully that guy saw what I was planning on doing. Show you the car wash real quick. All these car washes are set up the same. I like it. Exit only, do not enter, right? What you do is you come, well, where do you go? Oh, over on the other side. Okay. Let's scoot around through there and I'll show you real quick. I'm going through backwards. Not supposed to do this at all, but I haven't been to this one. Put it like that. Okay. So what you do is you drive your car down through here and you come up to the deal. Now, if you're like me, you pay for the monthly subscription. I've got a little sticker on my windshield where it says unlimited members fast pass up there. That thing scans the little radio tag and it senses it, and then it tags your account for a wash, and I pay a flat fee for the same, I get as many washes in a month. Anyways, little arm goes up. They got people here who they take your money if you're paying cash, and you don't have to have that because you can have like one attendant, two at the most, and just have them do social distancing, and then you can have this thing, right? So that's how you do it. You just go stick your card in or your cash or whatever you get, and the thing goes up. You come through, you drive through here, and you go in the thing. You put it in neutral, off you go. So you really only need 2 employees. You need one here and one there. That's all you really need. And during this time, with the thing, just don't turn the vacuums on and leave the hoses off. This is where you pull around when you're through and you come in, you can vacuum your car out. So just don't do that. But still have the car wash. I need to wash my car. So, well, I'll tell you, if they think that is a non-essential service, then they better think that my monthly payment is non-essential too, because if they dock my account, I'm going to get kind of ticked. They've got there's one of 2 or 3 things that can actually tag one of my credit cards. Xbox is one, and that's another one, and that's pretty much it, I think. There might be a third, but I don't remember what it is right now, which is why I don't like having those things. And obviously Home Depot is going full tilt. But apparently now they're saying in some states you can't buy stuff, which my buddy was saying he's delivering stuff that he didn't feel was necessity items. Well, now in one state you can't buy planter stuff. You can't, which I don't know, food seeds, I guess you can order those online, but to grow food, especially if you're somebody who's already relying on a garden. I'm gonna go straight here. Here's Walmart, as it always has been. I haven't seen this Walmart. This is the Walmart I worked in right out of high school. Let's go do this. This is a dead mall, and there's a couple of videos. I think I covered this. Wow. I think I covered this on a video, or I talked about it. What's really cool is out around here you can kind of see the city light up at night. You can park and make out with a girl or something, if you're younger. Mervin's. This was a cool mall. I liked it, but everybody was like, oh, the hip cool thing was to go to Valley Plaza. So they did. So they did. And this went out of business. No trespassing, don't go in here. Yeah, it'll be interesting when they level this thing. It's too bad. It's a nice mall. It's a nice mall. Yeah, one of the videos they showed that people were in here. They were inside of it. I'm thinking, well, how in the heck did they pull that off? Whatever they did it. Yeah. Oh, the windows are broken. That's too bad. What the hell's wrong with people? Huh. They never finished it inside of there. No need to. Those are black. Uh-oh. Looks like they're meeting of the cops here. Oh. Homeless people. Be friendly, wave, keep moving. Get the hell out of here. That's the problem when you see 12 cops on one guy. They're bored. And what you don't want to do is be interesting in any way. So yeah, there's a dead mall. It's too bad. It was a nice mall. It was really, really nice. Oh well. C'est la vie, right? This is how things change in our times. That was another thing. We had, I'll show you this, talk about it for a second. I think I did once before, but Big Five's still in business, but I think they are closed. This is medical care. This was a gym for a long time. Before that, it was a, what did they call that? It was like you could buy music here, CDs and stuff like that, right? When this opened, this was an Olive Garden. Now, let me tell you about Olive Garden. We have two Olive Gardens in town. We had two. We had this one, and then we had the we had the one out on out by my house on off of Ming. And the one out off of Ming, and this is again the whole what's cool and what's not. The one out there, you can't get into. You never could. I mean, you can get in there, but you've got to sit for an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes and wait. That's a gym in Shape City. And I think it always was that from the very start. But yeah, you could go and you could go down there and wait for 2 hours. You could come walk in here and sit down any time of the day, night, or week, anything. You could come in here, sit down, and eat a meal and not wait at all. You walk in, they'd say hi, and they'd seat you, and you'd start eating like pretty quick. So this thing, nobody ever went here. It was like, well, what the heck, All the people up here in this area on the northeast end of town would literally Go down to the one down there and drive right past this one. And there was nothing wrong with this one. It was every bit of expensive. It was every bit the quality the other one was. It's Olive Garden. It's, I don't know, it's corporate ready-made Italian food. It's good, but it's Olive Garden. You're not getting roses, you know. Closed due to Easter Sunday. That's good. That's the way it should be. Another homeless guy. Probably doesn't know that there's 20 million cops over there swarming on a buddy of his. Well, he had a phone. Well, I don't know. Everybody's got a phone now, don't they? Target. I think they're probably closed due to Easter Sunday. I can't read any of that, and I'm not going to go up there to read it. Shopping line. Yeah, they've been open. Here's little X's on the ground for your social distancing. Good Lord, they wrap all the way around the building. Well, they come all the way over here. Let's go through the parking lot up here. There used to be a pool hall up here called Corner Pocket. I don't think it's up here anymore. They had 2 or 3 of them around town. I think they're down to the one down, and I don't even think that's open anymore, behind the Big 5, well, down on Main. They put these things in to stop the friggin' skateboarders from grinding on the... Oh, wow. UPS store, yeah. That used to be an arcade and pool hall, Corner Pocket. Which was funny, as Corner Pocket was in the corner. Mandarin Express is still open. This has been open since I've been on high school, back in the 90s. DaVita Kidney Care. Huh, I didn't know. This used to be a Michael's. When this all opened, that's what it was. Another motorcycle rider. Very cool, very cool. AT&T. It's the only thing here. Navy and Marine Corps recruiting. Huh. Rev Nutrition, Crown Realty, of course Sonic, you've got to have Sonic. Straight ahead there was the flower shop. What was the name of that? What is it now? One Main, is it a bank? That makes sense, it's a good bank building. It was a flower shop. Yeah, One Main Financial, I never heard of them. This has been a Mexican food place since forever. Don Perico, Sir Parrot, in Anglaise. Supercuts, that's always been Supercuts. This, Sherwin-Williams, was our Blockbuster up here. And the door was right here for the whole thing. Yeah, that was a deal. You can see there's no cars up here. No U-turn. That means we have to go up and go through. You can see we're still up on the hill, down over the thing. Teriyaki Bowl, that's been there since high school. This Mobile was a 76, and they were one of the last 76 in town to still have the big ball on this sign that said 76. They had a big orange ball. It was like Taco Bell had the actual bell over the restaurant. This Frosty King up here used to be Taco Bell, and up here on Auburn, and it was the last Taco Bell in town, I think, to have the actual bell up on the deal. I remember when they revamped it, and we were like, oh no, they took the bell down. What's the point of going there now? Well, the tacos are still cheap. But yeah, Jack in the Box. It's a doctor's office. This goes back into here. This goes back into here. Max Smoke. That used to be a sandwich shop called Dagwood's for about 5 minutes, and man, they made some. I don't even remember the Blondie comic strip, but Dagwood was he always had these giant sandwiches he was making. good that the pet store's still open. We can still, oh, you know what? That reminds me. I got to go get some canned dog food. Ben reminded me of that a couple weeks ago, and I keep forgetting to deal with it. He did his part. It's time for Dad to step up and handle the responsibility. The library? That's the library now? It used to be over there. Goodwill. And this isn't in shape. This used to be a drugstore. But this has been a gym for a long time, so anyway, nothing going on up here. Let's go check out one more shopping center, and I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll ride around my high school that I went to. You can see that. Just for shiggles. Just for shiggles. Car, but not a threat to me just yet. Ooh, man, that's some rough pavement there. Not rough, it's bumpy. Yeah, we'll come up here. Oh, I don't want to be in this lane. I want to be over here. This Starbucks, oh man. This Starbucks over here. I know this stuff looks small because of the camera angle, but the Starbucks over there used to be a Long John Silver's. Oh man, I remember when I was a kid, Long John Silver's was good. It was kind of pricey. I remember Dad kind of complaining, well, we don't go that often because it's kind of expensive, but Long John Silver's was good for cheap fish. You go get fish and chips, and it was. Thank you. How you guys doing? Dragging on through it. I'm the only one in town that bought one of these. That's always been Carl's Jr. That was my first job, working at that Carl's Jr. This is, used to be, this was my first bank, Bank of America. Dad took me down there and opened an account. Everybody in the family had a Bank of America account. And technically I still do, because I collected unemployment once in my life. And Bank of America handles that. The government direct deposits, and you have a ATM debit card that you can use. This used to be the library, and then before that it was, oh gosh, Spencer's. No, the Sharper Image? I think it was Spencer's. Shoot, I don't remember, but it was a library for a long time. State Farm, that's always been State Farm. Human Services, what? This used to be, when I was really little, this was an Alpha Beta. No kidding. And then it was Albertsons, I think. Human Services, what is that about? Oh, well, not my problem. Country Club Liquors has always been there. Papa Murphy's Pizza. I don't do Papa Murphy's. I don't know if it's good or not. I think Greg likes Papa Murphy's. But he's got a friend that owns one of them, and he goes to that one. He says it's really good. That's kind of cool. So, all right, let's ride up by the high school, and I'll show you where I went to high school. It's good to go look at this stuff once in a while and see how it's changed over time. And it's got fences up around it now. We never had fences when I was in school, but I think about 3 or 4 years after. Because when I was in high school, the other schools like Foothill and East, they were already starting to get fences around the school. And my biology teacher, Mr. Hanley, he left Foothill and came to Highland. He said, I feel like I'm working in a prison over there. I don't want to do that. And I don't think it was a couple years after I graduated when they, oh man, that left hip is locking up on me. There's the water storage for this neighborhood. Big pumps down there, pump it up, pressure it up, push it into the houses around here. It's kind of weird to have it next to a main street like that. neighborhoods are a little bit older than you'd think. I think they were built back in the 70s, mid to late 70s. This neighborhood was built back in the late 90s. They tried to put a mental hospital there. I grew up, part of growing up, my dad's house is right here in this area. Anyways, I grew up in this area, and we were so close. And I remember going with Dad to, he did a petition. He did a petition and had people all around this area sign it, and nobody knew that they were going to sneak a mental hospital, into there. So this is Eisler Elementary. I went to school here for a few years. Right behind it is Chipman Middle School. You're talking, this one's K through 6. The middle school is 7th and 8th. And this is your 4 years of high school, 9 through 12. We were the Scotsmen. They still are the Scotsmen. I'm not. Unless it's like the Marines, where you're once a Scotsman, always a Scotsman. This is a student parking lot, so the students can park here. And they always had, because this gate thing is since I graduated, where the handrails are back there inside of the campus, they always had those handrails, and then they had posts right here that, but this concrete is newer. So, yeah, they had posts here and then chains across it, so you couldn't pull in there without, having the key to the lock. There's the gym. Oh, I gotta straighten my hip out, guys. Good God. Pride in the Plaid. Established 1970. Oh. Yeah, my hip is just really screwing me up right now. Pride, leadership, attitude, integrity, and determination. Plaid. Played. The plaid. Take pride in your plaid. Okay. Got the hips straightened out. They had what do you call it? It was like an elective PE class called weightlifting, and they called them the Iron Scots. And this, up in back here, in the industrial arts section of the school, is where the weightlifting was. But yeah, they didn't have the campus locked down like they do now. And see, it's not there, but there's steps there, and they walled it off. But you could go through there and go over to the stores and stuff, and that's where I spent most of my lunch hours. We would go into the cafeteria. Oh, let's see. This is the food court. And then this is industrial arts. This is like where I took drafting and all that over here. Shop classes were back in there. This building 10 is the cafeteria. And my cousin threw another kid, my cousin's husband, I call him my cousin, may as well be. He got in a fight with a kid, threw him through one of those plate glass windows. Calvin's huge. He's like, he's way bigger than I am. He's like taller than I am by a lot. And then down in there it says Wesley R. Anderson Hall. That's down there where you did performing arts. There's a big theater in there, with a stage and all that. I think it was the green door down there was Mr. Hanley's classroom. I was a teacher's aide for him one year. He was my biology teacher one year, and the next year I was a teacher's aide, and I took care of the frogs and all that stuff. Where these benches are, there used to be, because this was open, there used to be a set of walls, and they had like a little memorial thing for the founding of the school and the people who made that happen. And I'm looking at this, and this gate is actually, no, it's locked. There's a lock on the back side of it. So, yeah. Our principal was actually had a doctorate in education. Her name was Scott. I can't remember her first name because, you know, you called them Mr. and Mrs. whatever. Well, you called her doctor, but she was Dr. Scott. She was Queen of the Scots. That's the library right here. This whole little section of building is the library. Oh, you can't get out here. That's all right. English and stuff like that. Your language classes were all over here. Further down was math in the back. I just had a bug fly into my helmet. I don't know if I need to do something about that, or it doesn't feel like he's in there. Okay. Let's go around here. Whew. Over here across the street is actually part of the high school also, and this is where the FFA, Future Farmers of America, FFA, this is where they grow stuff and have animals and all that stuff. So it's kind of important to learn ag in this area because it's got a lot to do with, this is our baseball field. They finally got stadiums, seating and lighting. And they got the lighting after, but the school would always lease the, yeah, over this side was math and all that stuff. There's the handball courts. Here's the good baseball fields. And then the football field down there has lighting now. So all our games, though, all of our home games were up at Bakersfield College. And the high school district would lease the college football field. And that's where we played. Marching band was on the college field, which was nice. Now, we're day 24. The schools have been out that long, and I am honestly surprised. I am honestly surprised to see this state of disrepair on this. This is Bakersfield City Schools. This is Kern County High School District, so they're two different things. These two schools belong to the city, that school belongs to the county. I don't know why that's separated like that, but it is. Anyways, it's kind of amazing to see that level of disrepair. These are temporary classrooms. These never were there. I only went here for one. They do trimesters in this school. They split the school year up into thirds. These weren't never back here when I was here, but you're talking 30 years ago. Nobody cares about 30 years ago, John. Oh, you can't even get a motorcycle through here. What is this? What is this? I can't get this bike through there. Well, no, wait a minute. It looks like maybe we can. Yep, we sure can. You're not supposed to be doing this. You can see some dirt bike tire treads. So this is Eisler. We'll go around and look at the front of the school. This is Eisler, and it's all in disrepair too. Wow. I was right over there, right about where that cone is. Am I in neutral? I am. Right about where that cone is, just about. I was right over there when Miss Chris, the yard duty teacher, came and told us that the Challenger exploded. And we didn't believe her because, you know, that can't happen. This is America. Bad stuff can't happen to America. We're the most awesome. Yeah, we didn't believe her. She broke down and cried a little bit. The office, I've been in there a few times in trouble. I know that's hard to believe. That was the bathrooms we used. The water fountains are still out there, the porcelain ones. That's something. There's two brown buildings right in between the bathrooms and the, those weren't there. There was like a little basketball court with Foursquare painted on it also. And I don't remember, those are mobile classrooms. That wasn't a mobile classroom. That was it was another building just like that one, I thought. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. That is weird. It's fine, you know, and now you're talking like what, 35 years ago. I just don't remember. That's different. Anyway, there's Highland High School. Go down here. Oh, of course there's a car right now. Don't run over the pine cone. 15 miles today, not bad. Pushing right up on 17, or 16, excuse me. Count, John. Learn to count. In a court. Yeah, this used to be a dirt field, just like this still is, but they've fenced it so that you can't go in there. When I walk around, I'd walk up here every day and poop, poop, poop. This classroom was 5th grade, Miss Nephews, and 3 classrooms back was Miss Hart. She was my 6th grade teacher for, I think, the whole year. Eisler Eagles, they haven't changed that. When I went to Plantation over off of White Lane, we were the Pirates. And now they are the Patriots. And I was like, man, why would you change that? That's stupid. Distance learning only till May 29th. They're saying school's out for the year, though. They haven't, or I think they finally announced it. See, that's another thing, these fences here. When I went to school here, they didn't even have those on the elementary schools. It was just an open campus. And then all the big kids went to school over here. All the big kids went to school over here. Somebody's cooking something good. Chipman Chargers. I remember that. It's weird having a refrigerator outside. You think they'd build a building around it. Yeah. I can't remember if we had the fence or the gate or not. I don't think we did. I don't remember much about this school. I've gotten a couple of fights here. Well, I'm not the fighting type. I'll do a whole lot to get out of fighting if I can. We've gotten a couple of fights here. This one kid just would not leave me alone. I finally pulled the cork and just popped him right in the jaw, picked him up off his feet, slammed him on his back. You know? I remember, because I was gone for a few years after this, I was back in Oklahoma living with my mom, and when I came back, I didn't think about that, not even twice. I just didn't even think about it, but apparently that kid remembered me, and one of the tuba players, Clayton, come around, he says, well, so-and-so kicked your butt, what do you think about that? And I looked down at my boots, and he said, well, if he thinks he can do it, tell him come around. I'll show him why they call these shit kickers. I still had an Oklahoma accent. Never heard from the guy. I don't know. Or maybe I did. I don't know, because there was some guy pulled up one time. I was walking home in a van, and he had a van load of his buddies. He was like, are you scared? I'll kick your butt. He didn't say butt. He was cussing at me. And I looked in the van, and I looked at him and I go, yeah, I'm scared. There's like 6 or 8 of you. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm a little scared. We'll kick your butt. Yeah, well, you know, with 6 of you, you probably could. I'm being honest. If you get out and start actually putting your hands on me, yeah, we're gonna deal with it in that respect. But until then, well, yeah, you're right. I'm scared. I don't think I can handle 6 or 8 of you. I can probably handle you, but not all of you. They're not gonna help. Yeah, I've seen that movie. Anyway, there's high school. That's that. We got to see a couple of shopping centers and some traffic. Of course, it's not really all that indicative, if I'm honest, because this is Easter Sunday. and there's no church in. So I think people are probably gathered around their houses with their families. I'm gonna go ahead and scoot on through here. I don't want to be hovering around this too much because there's like a dozen bored cops right over there at the mall. I will show you the shopping center real quick, and then I'm gonna end it. This is where we hung out after lunch. We'd have the taco salad, and then we'd come over here. And Highland Donuts, Coffees, and Smoothie. The malt shop is still the malt shop. Looks like Peking Palace is closed. That's too bad. Peking Palace was good. It wasn't good enough to drive all the way up here back in the day. Oh, El Patron was not. This has always been a Circle K. This has always been a Circle K. And somebody's been using that dumpster as a sewer because you can smell it. But right here is where me and my group hung out. I hung out with the stoners. Long-haired kids with the Megadeth t-shirts, and that fence back there and that cage weren't there. That was all open, and everybody, all the high school kids hung out. And they hated having the high school kids around. Because I'm sorry, guys, I'm going to roll because the smell of human feces here is just atrocious. It's really bad. Somebody's been using that dumpster bin as a toilet, and that's probably the homeless population. But anyway, yeah, that was all open, and we all hung, and they hated having the kids around in such big numbers, but they loved having us because we would come in and buy stuff. This is new. This wasn't a thing. Because the freeway dead ended right there at that intersection, and they've ripped that out and built this in the last 10, 12 years, I think. Maybe it's been 20 years. I don't know how long it's been. Anyway, there you go. That's a little ride around town on this 24th day of the lockdown. This is April 12th. It's 12:30. So, you know, the little jump cuts that we did are not very long. Now I'm doing 65 almost. Well, we gotta do 80. Gotta get out in front. I hate the way people drive around here. But anyway, there you go. There's a little bit of a trip around town. Look at some of the shopping center. Everything's still pretty dead. It is Easter Sunday again. I said that, but yeah, what are you gonna do? It's Easter Sunday. Got a little bit of walk down memory lane for me. Yeah, no wave, whatever. I got to look at some of the old stuff. And yeah, I remember hanging out. Well, I can't remember those guys' names. They were cool dudes, though. Good guys. They were in trouble a little bit more often than I was, but oh man, this thing corners so well. Anyway, day 24. You guys have a good one, and I will catch you tomorrow.